Welcome to Cordoba! Hello everyone from the south of Spain. We are right now in the beautiful city of Cordoba, which is the capital of the province of Cordoba. Myself, I feel extremely happy because after so many years of wanting to come down here, we are finally here. So right now we are going to go over there, obviously, to the most famous site of the city, which is the mosque cathedral, and which is that one over there, and we are definitely going to enjoy our time here. So without any further ado, let's get started.
So guys, we want to show you the patio that we have in our hotel. Basically they are like rooms, okay, with amazing views of white walls, lovely plants, and here a lovely little Andalusian fountain. And you've even got these amazing flowers here. What more can you want?
I have to say that in all my years of life, I had never seen such a beautiful patio. I know that probably you're thinking that I am exaggerating, but this is the first time I can actually say that I've been in an Andalusian patio, because this is just amazing. I'm sure that you can actually probably draw even better patios than this one, but because this is the first one, the very first authentic Andalusian patio I see in all my life, it is overwhelming for me, and I'm feeling extremely happy. Right now we are going to the mosque cathedral of Cordoba, which is the Assumption of Mary Cathedral, something like that. So we're going to see now, so come with us.
So guys, behind me you can see the tower of the Mosque Cathedral of Cordoba, originally built in 785. Right now it is a Catholic church, but before it was a mosque, even though before that it actually was the site of an original Visigoth church.
Well, now it's time to go and see the cathedral, but prior to doing that, we need to go and see the garden of the cathedral, because even the cathedral has a patio. Can you imagine? So guys, welcome to the garden of the orange trees. The whole cathedral itself is a World Heritage, but guess what? Beside the cathedral there is another World Heritage, which is the garden itself. That has to be amazing.
You know what, for people who come to Spain and they see all this, they think, oh my goodness, it's true that Spain is actually really like this. You know, there are orange trees, lovely cypress trees.
Well, if you come to the south, obviously, because if you went to the north, I doubt that you would see oranges.
You wouldn't, but
on
if you
the
come
streets.
to the south, it's what the typical stereotype of Spain is about. Even though, of course, in the north and in the east in Catalonia, it's not like this at all. But if you come to the south, you'll see what Andalusia is like, and its beauty and its just tranquility, serenity, and you have to come to this part.
And I know that you probably are thinking, why are these two wearing coats in Andalusia? Well, maybe because it is November and we've got 11 degrees now. So yes, you do need a coat in Andalusia if you come in November. So right now we are going to buy the tickets to go into the mosque cathedral. Actually, I would like just to refer to this place as the cathedral because for me it's like really strange. I know that historically, but I don't care. I live the present. So we are going to buy the tickets to go into the cathedral. If you come to Andalusia, you definitely cannot miss Cordoba. This is one of the most iconic cities in the southern region of Andalusia. The cost of each ticket to go into the cathedral is of 11 euros, which is not that cheap, but most definitely it is really worth it. Welcome to the iconic Mosque Cathedral of Cordoba. What you are about to see is an example of different architectonic styles, such as Islamic, Byzantine, Gothic and Baroque, all of them visible in the details of this majestic Catholic Cathedral of Cordoba. Well, now it's time to talk about its history. The Mosque Cathedral of Cordoba, officially known by its ecclesiastical name, the Cathedral of Our Lady of Assumption. It is also called the Mosque of Cordoba due to its status of a former Islamic mosque. According to history, direct claims that on the site of this cathedral, there was a Roman temple and then a Visigothic church. The Great Mosque was constructed on order of Abd ar-Rahman in the year 785, when Cordoba was the capital of the Muslim-controlled region of Al-Andalus. It was expanded multiple times. The mosque was converted to a cathedral in the year 1236, when Cordoba was captured by the Christian forces of Castile during the Reconquista. Guys, I have to say that this place is magical. It feels like if you were in, Jerusalem, and then there are areas where you feel like in any Catholic Roman cathedral, and it is really nice. There is a nice ambience, and although I would not call this a mosque at all, I mean, you can see all those arches, but you can see those arches in many other buildings around Europe, because it became really fashionable a few years back. And it is really nice to be in an eclectic Catholic cathedral, because there is more than just Roman. So you have like a bit of everything, which is more interesting.
This place is really a labyrinth, okay? It's absolutely ginormous. If you go with a friend or in a group, you have to be careful because you could get lost. There are these amazing arches everywhere and little corridors that go to different parts of the cathedral. So, you have to be careful. Do not get lost.
What Richly said is true. The cathedral is too big, so if you are planning on visiting it, you definitely need to come with a lot of time, because there is plenty of things that have to be seen. So when you come to Cordoba, you know where to go. So guys, now that we are done with the cathedral, we need to continue with our day throughout this lovely city,
And
Cordoba.
there are smells coming from all the restaurants.
I know.
Of delicious Spanish food.
Do you know what?
And, of course,
You can actually tell that you are in the south of Spain. I had never been, but I can feel it in the air. All these lovely smells. It's just like another thing. Andalusia was always a fantasy for us. Walking through these white, narrow streets, and to see these blue flower pots, everything seems to be just perfect. We might even stay here. I'm joking, but I wouldn't mind, to be honest.
If I don't show a sign, I'm leaving my love blind, expecting you to read my mind. Well, I hope that you know that I hear that.
Now it's time for tapas. We've come to a typical Spanish restaurant and we ordered something which is really famous here in the south of Spain. I'm talking about bull tail, in Spanish, rabo de toro.
It's more than I ever thought.
Guys, Rich, I have to tell you something very important that you have to know before traveling around Spain. Come on.
Okay, so basically we asked for 2 tapas and they gave us bread and we thought, wow, that's great. But even though we didn't ask for it, we were charged for it. So watch out.
In Catalonia, it doesn't happen like that.
There is a law against that. You cannot
Exactly.
pay for something you haven't asked for. But here,
So basically, if they give you something, you actually don't have to pay for it. But it seems that out of Catalonia, elsewhere, it's like that. So you do have to pay for it, which is not really pleasant because they don't tell you. But it doesn't really matter. It wasn't that much. It was just €1. What? 20.
€1.20 for bread.
I mean, it's not a lot, but even so, they should tell you because that really upsets you. Well, at least it did to us. Guys, just by walking around, we feel so happy. And, you know, like, there's so much, like, positivity here. So that's why they say, in the south, life is happier.
A lot better.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness, this is like being in a fantasy. Believe it or not, Cordoba is not just any random Spanish city. It looks back at more than 2,000 years of history. At one time, Cordoba was the world's largest city, counting about 1 million residents. Cordoba is the only city in the world to host 4 World Cultural Heritages. So guys, it is true, you can actually top Rome. Cordoba is an example of that. I'm using as an excuse that Christmas is coming very soon, we are going to go shopping, so let's see what we can get. Well guys, now it's time to go for lunch. Let's see what we can find. Ray really wants to try the bull tail dish. Let's see if we can have it here. So this is what we had for lunch: goat cheese, salmorejo, which is something very typical here in Andalusia, and a third we had something called cochifrito. So guys, we finally came to the bus stop and we are just waiting for our bus to go to the train station. It was really difficult to come over here because I've got a wheelie and to be pulling it in this kind of roads, it's really hard because it's just not comfortable at all. In any case, we are going to Jaén. I feel so sad to say goodbye to Cordoba. We had a really nice time here and I would like to come back in the future with more time, obviously. Let's see if we can do it. But the time we had here was just fantastic and magical. Well, we finally got to Renfe. Now we need to wait. So we are departing at 10 from here to Jaén and it's going to take 1 hour and 30 minutes, I think. So right now we are going to have breakfast because before coming to the train station, Richly went to get 2 chorizo sandwiches and they are huge, extremely big. Guys, this is an amazing sandwich, very Spanish. Chorizo, tomato, olive oil, and yeah.
Atenciones viajeros, estamos llegando a la estación Jaén. Final de nuestro viaje. Renfe les agradece la
So guys, we are finally here in our hotel and we've got a rather big room, I have to say. Just let me show it.
Now the first thing you do when you come to a hotel room, yes, you guessed it, you put the Wi-Fi in.
Whatever. So it's quite classic. Wow, the bathroom is nice. It is marble. Wow. We've got a tub! Oh my goodness, today I'm going to have a nice bath. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And this is the view that we've got to the street, which is not bad at all. It's really nice. And yeah, so this is Jaén. Right now we are going towards the old town of Jaén, which is an extremely old part of the city, obviously. Jaén has been inhabited since medieval times. And yeah, so right now we are going to visit one of the most important sites here in the town, which is the Renaissance style cathedral, Catholic cathedral. And tomorrow we are planning to visit the castle, which is on a hill, but because it is rather late now, we are not going to be able to do it today, but tomorrow we will.
And we're quite surprised because many people have this like misconception that Andalusia is just like full of like white buildings and towns, but actually it's
and
not
donkeys
true.
on the
This
streets.
could be anywhere in
Spain.
Barcelona,
Exactly.
or it could be Madrid.
It's really nice.
It's very modern.
It is a lot more developed than what we thought, which is something positive, obviously. In my opinion, Jaén is surprisingly one of the most fascinating towns in the south of Spain. It is the capital of the province of Jaén in the autonomous community of Andalusia. The city is known as the world capital of olive oil because it is the biggest producer of oil, known by the locals as the liquid gold. There is something that has really surprised us here in Jaén, and it is the fact that the city doesn't really follow the patterns of the Andalusian architecture. The only thing that has really made us feel in Andalusia it is lovely Renaissance massive cathedral.
Eyes closed, like we're dreaming even when we're not. You got a whole other meaning.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, but I'm not getting the Andalusian vibes at all here. It feels more like I'm in Galicia or maybe even Navarra. The balconies here on the houses are extremely similar to that area of Spain. When people come to Andalusia, they think of white buildings, orange trees, but here it's very different. Not to say it's not beautiful, because it is, but not what I was expecting.
So guys, now it's time to go into the cathedral. Let's see what it is like inside. So guys, it's not for free. We have to pay €6 per person to go into the cathedral. Welcome to the Assumption of the Virgin Mary Cathedral. This is a Renaissance-style Roman Catholic temple and most definitely the most outstanding site of Jaén. The current cathedral was received in the 16th century to replace a 15th century Gothic temple that once was here. I have to say that I feel really surprised by how well detailed and designed this cathedral was. They say that at the time of the Spanish Empire in the American continent, they used this cathedral as an example to build other Catholic cathedrals like this one. By the way, this cathedral is on the privileged list of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. I don't know why, but this cathedral reminds me a lot of the interior of St. Isaac's Cathedral in St. Petersburg, Russia. I personally like visiting cathedrals and churches. I can really feel relaxed and calm here. My favorite part about visiting this one was the view that we had from the second floor of the cathedral. We saw all the hills and the mountains surrounding the town. That was magical. Guys, the views from here are just like, wow, look at that. Do you see the mountains? All those hills, just amazing. And can you see all that? Olive trees everywhere. Hello guys, good morning. Today is our second day here in Jaén. The plan for today is to visit the castle of Santa Catalina, which is located on the top of a hill. And we are going to get there by bus. So we have just come to this bazaar, Chinese bazaar, to buy 2 umbrellas because it's going to be raining the whole day apparently.
€2.80.
That's not
bad.
Expensive
Not
at all.
bad at all.
Before going to the castle, we decided to come to this lovely cafe and we are going to have our normal cappuccinos and a very peculiar and very tasty sandwich made of anchovies, cheese, tomato juice, olive oil and bread. It was absolutely amazing. Guys, let me give you a piece of advice. Whenever you want to buy something, don't buy the cheapest, because at the end it's going to be even more expensive than buying something which is good quality. Richly is having problems with this stupid umbrella, so we just basically opened it and look at it. We're having problems. We are having problems, logistic problems, so it means that we cannot get by public transport, so we need to try to see if we can get a taxi up there, and let's see if we can do it. At the end we decided to walk up to the castle. Let's see if we can do it, although it seems really difficult because today it's raining cats and dogs. Wow, it's so difficult to walk here in Jaén because it's so steep. So you basically have to be climbing. And we haven't even done a quarter of our way, so...
Oh, it's raining cats and dogs.
I know, it's raining a lot. So we finally got to the foot of the mountain. Right now we need to walk all the way up until we can get to the castle. And can you believe that we were just walking by the road and a mother, you know the rest, went by us and he basically just went through and all the water went on us.
So basically the car drivers, either they didn't see like the massive puddle or they saw it and they didn't care and they sprayed us.
Yeah.
And we're now totally like
Wet.
So guys, we managed to reach nearly the top of the hill. We have a spectacular view here of all of Jaén. You can see like a lake right over there. We've got all the olive plantations. And it's just absolutely amazing. Had it not been for the rain, seriously, this would have been paradise.
So it seems that the rain is not enough and now it's extremely bloody windy. I just really hope that our umbrellas are not going to fly away. Oh, look at the olive trees.
Now the question is, can I eat it?
Eat it. Try it. Try it! So guys, we decided that we are not going to continue walking out to the castle because the weather just got really bad. You see that? Oh my god! So it is really windy, we are getting just wet.
It's officially crazy weather.
Yeah,
And
so
yeah.
Andalusia got really... Oh my goodness, look at that! So guys, we've gone to one of the most beautiful places here in Jaén. Not everything has been a loss today. We came to the viewpoint of the town, overlooking the cathedral, and look at the view we've got from here.
Sadly, today is our last day here in Jaén, but we're so happy that we came over here to the viewpoint, from where we had a nice view to the town and the amazing and iconic cathedral of Jaén. We need to start saying goodbye to this lovely town, and our next stop is Granada.
Hello guys, good morning. So right now we are on our way to the bus station because today we are going to Granada, and yeah, so we are really excited. Yesterday we had the best night ever. We met these amazing locals, but that was amazing. We went to a bar where they were playing music of the 80s and the 90s. That was just like fantastic, and
it was amazing. It was amazing to be with southern Spanish.
yeah, but we had this amazing ambience, and yeah, everyone was talking to us, and so Jaén is a place where I would definitely come back. So guys, we just got to Granada. Now we need to find our way to our hotel. So guys, as always, we were not able to check in until 3 p.m.
Which is a bit later. Normally it's 2.
Yeah, but I have to say that the first thing I would like to say about Granada is that there is no place in the world with a better autumn than this city. The
Yeah.
colors here are just like...
Everything's like yellow.
Everything is yellow, red, orange. I've seen all the colors.
I have to say that I was not expecting to see this sort of buildings here in Granada. This is so like Madrid and Barcelona. Right now we are walking down Gran Via de Colón Street, which is one of the most beautiful boulevards, not just here in Granada but in the whole of Spain. And all these autumnal colors makes it even more unique.
Well, I'm pleasantly surprised because, to be honest with you, walking down this street is like walking down any street in Barcelona, for example. It's not a small town that I had imagined. It's really big, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the most important site of this city.
Like for example,
which is
Dyalla, Brahe. Exactly.
Well, it is 2 p.m. and this means lunchtime. We decided to come to the Syrian restaurant located in the old town of Granada. We were surprised to see how international Granada can be. First, we ordered this Syrian bread with olives and chili. And then we got a nice hummus, which was just mouth-watering. And then we got this amazing minced meat with a bed of basmati rice and an avocado shake.
Guys, I've seen like many kind of like sort of homeless people, and there are no locals here in Granada. They just seem to be from like random Central Eastern European countries. I don't know where like from, but
Yeah, and they were shouting.
yeah. So we just got to the center of the town, and I've got the main cathedral of Granada, which was built on top of a mosque, which was here. Like after the Reconquista, they built like this amazing cathedral, which is just like out of this world.
I would like to present to all of you the Cathedral of the Incarnation. Unlike most cathedrals in Spain, construction was not begun until the 16th century, in 1518, in the center of the old Muslim Medina. They decided to build this cathedral on top of a mosque to show their power against the Muslims.
So guys, we've come to the market of the Alcaitera, which is like a typical, like sort of like Middle Eastern looking place, like, and it's really beautiful. So you can find like all sorts of things here, and I would say that this is the most iconic market in the city. Most of the vendors are from Middle Eastern countries, I mean Arab countries. And you see all these things like which are typical from their countries. Although to be honest with you, I mean this place is nice, El Mercado de la Alcaitera, but I mean it's not really Spanish. I have to say the truth. This is not the Middle East, and this is not definitely an Arab country. And those things are beautiful. I'm not saying that they are not, but they just don't match. That's my opinion. That's my very humble, sincere opinion. And so if you want to get something more authentic Spanish, you should like go somewhere different. Once again, not intending to offend anyone, okay? Hello guys, good morning. Today is our second day here in Granada. We are going to get a taxi to go to Alhambra, which is the fortress, citadel and palace of Granada. And we are really excited. I've been wanting to go to that place for quite some time now, and today we are going to make that dream come true. So you definitely need to come with us.
Granada is well renowned around the world for its majestic beauty and for its unique and iconic sites, with Alhambra being among them. Today we will take a better insight into this masterpiece called Granada.
So guys, we already got into the complex, and now we are walking towards Alhambra, and it is raining a lot. Guys, I have to say that I have never seen such a beautiful autumn in my whole entire life. Like the colors here are like what people think about autumn, and I haven't even seen this like in Northern European countries. The colors are just like so amazing.
Well, it's extremely wet, unfortunately, but the colours of the trees are just amazing.
Do you think that this is the most beautiful autumn like we've ever seen?
Well, I would say so, yeah.
I mean, come on, look at like...
You've got yellow, red, orange, and not just that, but you've got these amazing like cypress trees.
Exactly, like all this is just a mix. So guys, let me tell you just a little bit about the history of this place. According to historians, they believe that prior to the arrival of the invaders, that came from North Africa, the Muslims, they think that the first fortress was built in the 8th century. But the first historical records of Alhambra date back to the 9th century, when the founder of the Nasrid dynasty came here to settle his court and palace. And we're talking about Mohammed I in the year 1238.
Mohammed I laid the foundations of the Alhambra by fortifying the royal site. So from 1238 until 1492, Mohammed I had power in all of this region until the fall of Granada in 1492, when it fell. King Ferdinand of Spain and Isabella conquered Granada, and what they did was they unified the whole country under a Catholic monarchy.
Guys, I have to say something because I would like to clarify many things. It's like, let's start from the beginning. Many people talk about the fact that the Muslims, which were extremely intelligent people when they came here, because they obviously contributed a lot to the architecture of this region, they think that they were the native inhabitants of this area. That's wrong. The first inhabitants of Spain, they were the Visigoths, and they came from Northern Europe. I mean Germany, Scandinavia, etc., whatever. And then so on, you know, like the Romans came and then all stuff. After the fall of the Roman Empire, our neighbors at that time, the Berbers that were living in North Africa, which came from the Middle East, they came to Spain and they settled here for 8 centuries. Now, during all this time, they had more territory, and by the end, they just had Granada, which was the last point of the whole of Iberian Peninsula to be captured, backed by the Catholic monarchs. So, specifying something, what Spain did was to expel those ones who didn't give up their religions, and those ones that were caught practicing their religion within the Catholic kingdom were executed, because after the Reconquista, what do we have in Spain? 300 years of Spanish Inquisition.
No wonder why everyone wanted to have control of Granada. This town has been blessed with its pristine and beautiful nature, and I like the fact to think that Isabel of Castile and Catherine of Aragon once lived here after the Reconquista. I have to confess that in the past I used to be a little bit apprehensive about visiting Alhambra. I thought that this place had nothing to do with Spain and its architecture. Now I think totally the opposite. Because cultures have always adopted architectonic styles from other cultures, like Greece from Egypt, Rome from Greece, and even Islamic architecture has been influenced by China and India. Richly and I have seen similar carvings in India, in Jaipur and Udaipur, so that must be true. Summarizing everything, I feel really happy that we didn't get rid of all these beautiful places, because they are part of the history of this country. And I'm sure that many countries in Northern Europe would like to have these beautiful places just like here in Granada.
Guys, if you come to Granada and if you want to have an amazing view to Sierra Nevada, which is like the highest mountain in mainland Spain, plus if you want to see Alhambra, you need to come to Mirador de San Nicolas, which is on the very top of the old town. From here, you can see absolutely everything. So guys, unfortunately we've come to the end of our Andalusian adventure, and now tomorrow we are going back to Barcelona in the morning. Personally, I feel really sad because we are leaving.
Yeah.
But
And I have
that's
to
it.
go back to work soon.
Yeah, but that's it. We had a wonderful time down here in Andalusia, and we are really looking forward to coming back in the future. And now next time we see you, it's gonna be in a very amazing place. I don't know where, but that is going to be fantastic. Exactly. Stay tuned. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and to give us a thumbs up. Bye.
Don't think that the fun is over. On the way to Barcelona we saw something really magical. It started to snow near Madrid. This was absolutely magical.